Have you ever noticed that most older people always seem tired, no matter how much they rest? It's not just in your head, and if you're over 60 and feel like your energy doesn't last the way it used to, you're far from alone. In fact, there are clear, specific reasons why this happens. And many of them have nothing to do with laziness or age catching up with you. They're rooted in things you might not even realize are affecting your energy every single day. In this video, we're going to walk through 8 surprising reasons why many older adults constantly feel worn out. From simple daily habits to hidden physical changes, each one reveals something important about how your body and mind shift as you age. The goal isn't just to explain the why, it's to help you recognize patterns, take back control, and bring more energy back into your life. So if you've been wondering why naps don't help like they used to, why you wake up feeling just as tired, or why your motivation has slowly faded over the years, you're not alone. Stay with me. Each reason we'll go over is something you can reflect on, and in some cases improve. Stay with me until the end, because you might just walk away with a better understanding of your own fatigue and a few ideas that could change the way you live each day. Let's begin. Number 1, poor sleep quality at night. One of the most common reasons older adults feel tired all the time is because their sleep just isn't what it used to be. You might spend enough time in bed, but the quality of that sleep can be far from restful. Many people over 60 start waking up more during the night, have trouble falling into deep sleep, or find themselves rising too early and then lying there wide awake, while the rest of the world is still quiet. This isn't your fault. As we age, our internal clock, the circadian rhythm, begins to shift. The body produces less melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep, and this makes it harder to stay asleep. Even small sounds, changes in temperature, or a bit of light peeking through the curtains can be enough to pull you out of rest. And once you're awake, it's often hard to fall back into that deep, restorative sleep your body needs. There's also the issue of medications. Many older adults take prescriptions that quietly interfere with sleep, even if they don't realize it. Blood pressure pills, certain antidepressants, and even over-the-counter pain relievers can all affect your sleep cycle. So, even if you go to bed on time and get what looks like 8 hours, you might still wake up, feeling groggy and foggy, as if your body never truly shut down. Then there's the problem of over-napping during the day. If you find yourself nodding off after lunch, or spending more time in a recliner than on your feet, your body starts to shift its rhythm and night sleep suffers. You might think a short nap helps, but if it's too long or too late in the day, it can make falling asleep at night even harder. All of this builds up. Day after day of light, broken sleep eventually wears you down. You start your mornings already tired, dragging your feet through breakfast and wondering why you're already thinking about lying down again. This isn't just about rest. It's about how your brain, your hormones, and your lifestyle all collide in a way that leaves you feeling drained before the day really begins. But here's the truth. Recognizing that your sleep isn't deep or consistent is the first step to turning things around. And that awareness alone might help you take small actions, like adjusting your evening routine, reducing light before bed, or even asking your doctor whether your prescriptions could be getting in the way. Sleep isn't just a nighttime issue. It affects everything: your mood, your appetite, your memory, your immune system, and yes, your energy. So if you've been feeling tired all day, but can't quite explain why, start by looking at your nights. There's a good chance the answer's waiting there. Number 2, lack of physical activity. It might sound strange at first, but one of the biggest reasons older people feel tired is because they're not moving enough. It seems like rest should make you feel refreshed, but the truth is, too much of sitting actually makes you feel more sluggish. The less you move, the less energy your body produces. When we were younger, movement was built into everyday life, working, raising kids, even walking more out of necessity. But as the years pass, that natural motion slows down. Retirement often means more time at home. Aching joints, unsteady balance, or just the fear of falling can all lead to avoiding activity altogether. And without realizing it, many older adults slip into long stretches of inactivity, going hours or even whole days with very little physical movement. This kind of stillness might feel like the body's way of protecting itself, but in reality, it's doing the opposite. Your muscles begin to weaken. Your blood doesn't circulate as efficiently. Oxygen delivery to the brain and other organs slows down. Even your digestion and mood are affected. Everything in the body starts to operate a little less efficiently, and that inefficiency feels like fatigue. There's a psychological side to this too. When you're not moving, your brain doesn't get the stimulation it's used to. This lack of engagement can lead to mental fog, low motivation, and even mild depression, each of which drains energy in its own way. It becomes a loop. You feel tired, so you move less. You move less, so you feel more tired. And breaking that loop can feel almost impossible if you're not aware it's happening. But the good news is that even small changes can make a big difference. A 10-minute walk around the block, light stretches in the morning, standing up during commercial breaks. None of these require a gym membership or fancy equipment, but they all send a message to your body: we're still moving. We're still living. And your energy levels begin to shift in response. It's not about pushing yourself to the edge. It's about staying active enough that your body remembers how to generate and manage energy. The more you move, the more your muscles and circulation support your brain and heart. And the more that happens, the less tired you feel just getting through the day. You don't have to train like an athlete, but staying in motion, even in simple ways, is one of the most effective tools you have to fight fatigue as you age. So if you've been feeling tired lately and can't quite put your finger on, why ask yourself how often you're moving? If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, dehydration that goes unnoticed. You might be surprised to hear it, but many older adults are quietly living in a state of dehydration, and they don't even realize it. The body's ability to signal thirst weakens with age. That means by the time you actually feel thirsty, you're already well on your way to being dehydrated. And chronic dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of fatigue. Think of your body like a machine. Water is the oil that keeps it running smoothly. When there's not enough fluid, everything from your brain to your muscles to your digestion slows down. Your blood becomes thicker, which makes your heart work harder to pump it. Your energy drops, your focus blurs, and your mood can take a dip too. Older adults also tend to drink less for very understandable reasons. Maybe you're trying to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. Or maybe you simply forget to sip throughout the day. Unlike in youth, where the body practically demands water, aging makes it easier to ignore these basic needs. What's tricky is that the signs of dehydration can mimic other conditions. You might feel dizzy or weak and chalk it up to aging. You might get a headache or feel mentally foggy and think it's just part of getting older. But often the real culprit is a lack of water. And since these symptoms build slowly over time, it's easy to get used to feeling off without realizing how much better you'd feel with something as simple as proper hydration. Even the foods you eat matter. As people age, their diets sometimes shift toward drier, more processed meals, foods that don't provide much fluid. Fresh fruits, vegetables, and soups not only nourish the body, but also help maintain fluid balance. And if these foods aren't a regular part of your diet anymore, you're missing another important source of hydration. The medications you take also play a role. Many common prescriptions, including blood pressure pills, diuretics, and some antacids, cause your body to lose more fluids. And if you're not replacing them, the effects quietly accumulate. Over time, your body becomes more prone to fatigue, muscle cramps, and even low-grade confusion. But the solution doesn't have to be dramatic. Sipping water throughout the day, rather than waiting until you're thirsty, can make a world of difference. Keeping a glass nearby, flavoring your water with a slice of lemon, or choosing water-rich foods can all help your body stay balanced. So the next time you feel drained or slow, ask yourself a simple question. Have I had enough water today? It may seem small, but in older adults, it can be the difference between dragging your feet and walking with energy. You don't need to force gallons down your throat. You just need to remember that hydration isn't about thirst, it's about prevention. And if you've been feeling tired more than usual lately, this might be the easiest fix of all. Number 4, nutrient deficiencies that drain energy. It's easy to assume that if you're eating regular meals, your body's getting everything it needs. But here's the hard truth. Many older adults are unknowingly running low on essential nutrients that play a major role in keeping energy levels stable. And these silent shortages don't usually announce themselves with bold, obvious symptoms. Instead, they creep in slowly, often starting with that familiar feeling of constant tiredness. 2 of the most common culprits are vitamin B12 and iron. Both are critical for carrying oxygen through your bloodstream and helping your cells produce energy. When you're low on either, your body has to work harder just to do the basics. That's why even a simple walk across the room can feel exhausting. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing certain vitamins from food, especially B12. You might be eating enough, but your stomach might not be producing enough acid to pull the nutrient out of the food and deliver it into your bloodstream. This is even more likely if you're taking acid reducers or other medications that interfere with absorption. Iron deficiency is another hidden threat, especially for those who eat less meat, have digestive issues, or are recovering from illness or surgery. Without enough iron, your red blood cells can't carry oxygen effectively. That lack of oxygen leaves your muscles weak, your brain foggy, and your energy low. Magnesium is another one worth mentioning. This mineral supports everything from nerve function to muscle relaxation and blood sugar balance. But many people over 60 don't get enough, especially if their diet is low in nuts, leafy greens, or whole grains. A shortage of magnesium might not sound serious, but over time it can lead to fatigue, poor sleep, and even anxiety. One of the reasons nutrient deficiencies often go unnoticed is because their symptoms are easy to dismiss. Feeling tired, losing motivation, having trouble concentrating, these can all be misattributed to just getting older. But in reality, they might be signs that your body's running low on something it needs. That's why it's important not to ignore persistent fatigue. If you've ruled out sleep problems and you're staying active, but you still feel drained, it might be time to talk with your doctor about testing your nutrient levels. A simple blood test can reveal imbalances that might be easily corrected with supplements or, in some cases, small dietary changes. Even if you feel like your diet is decent, aging can change how your body processes what you eat. That means you might need more of certain nutrients than you used to, or absorb less of what you do get. And unless you look for it, you probably won't know what's missing. Getting this right can be life-changing. When your body finally has the nutrients it's been lacking, energy returns in a way that feels almost miraculous. You sleep better. You think more clearly. You move with ease again. It's not magic, it's just biology finally working the way it's supposed to. So if you've been feeling like you're running on empty, don't assume that's just part of aging. It might be your body quietly asking for help. And giving it what it needs could be one of the most powerful things you do for your energy, your mind, and your overall health. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, undiagnosed medical conditions. Sometimes the reason you're always tired has nothing to do with habits or lifestyle, and everything to do with something happening inside your body that hasn't been properly diagnosed yet. As we get older, it becomes easier to overlook or dismiss symptoms because we assume they're just part of aging. But in many cases, that fatigue might be your body whispering that something deeper is going on. Let's start with sleep apnea. This condition is far more common than people think, especially in older adults. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping for air, or feel exhausted even after a full night's sleep, you might have sleep apnea without knowing it. It causes your breathing to stop briefly during sleep, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of times a night. Each pause disrupts your rest, keeping you in lighter sleep stages and robbing your body of the deep rest it needs. Over time, this leads to chronic exhaustion, memory issues, and even heart strain. Then there's hypothyroidism, another condition that often flies under the radar. When your thyroid slows down, your entire metabolism slows with it. You might feel colder than usual, gain weight without explanation, or experience thinning hair. But one of the earliest signs is simply feeling tired all the time. The tricky part? These symptoms are easy to mistake for normal aging, so it's often missed. Heart issues can also drain your energy without warning. If your heart isn't pumping blood as efficiently as it used to, your organs and muscles don't get the oxygen they need. This can show up as shortness of breath during everyday activities, lightheadedness, or just feeling unusually weak. You don't need to have chest pain to be dealing with something serious. Sometimes, fatigue is the only clue. Even something as seemingly small as anemia, diabetes, or low-grade inflammation from arthritis can chip away at your energy without being obvious. They don't always make you feel sick. They just make it harder to get through the day without needing to lie down. Many older adults are hesitant to mention fatigue to their doctors, thinking it's just a normal part of getting older. But here's the truth: while some slowing down is natural, feeling drained all the time isn't. When you notice a pattern of tiredness that doesn't go away with sleep, water, or food, it's worth bringing up. A simple blood test, sleep study, or physical exam could uncover something that's been quietly affecting your life for months or even years. There's also a powerful emotional side to this. When you live with undiagnosed fatigue, it starts to affect your sense of self. You might begin to think, maybe I'm just lazy now, or I guess I'm not who I used to be. That quiet self-doubt chips away at your confidence. But once you uncover the root cause, once there's a name for it, you often find there's a solution too. And that can be incredibly empowering. The bottom line is, don't accept exhaustion as your new normal. It might be your body's way of telling you it needs attention. You've made it this far in life by listening to your instincts. This is no different. If something feels off, trust that feeling. It could be the first step toward getting your energy and your life back. Number 6, mental and emotional strain. Sometimes the body feels tired because the heart and mind are carrying more than we realize. As we grow older, fatigue doesn't always come from physical effort. It often comes from emotional weight, the kind that builds quietly, layer by layer, without a clear beginning or end. Grief, for instance, is something almost every older adult understands. Whether it's the loss of a spouse, a lifelong friend, a sibling, or even the quiet absence of daily purpose after retirement, that kind of loss stays with you. It may not always bring tears, but it brings a heaviness. And that emotional weight can wear you down, making even the simplest tasks feel exhausting. Loneliness is another silent drain on energy. You don't need to be physically alone to feel it. Sometimes it's just the sense that fewer people truly understand you now, or that the fast pace of the world has left you behind. And when your days lack meaningful connection or deep conversation, your spirit begins to feel sluggish, even if your body seems fine. Long-term stress is another major factor. Maybe you're caring for a spouse who's not well. Maybe you're worried about money. Or maybe you're still carrying old regrets or family tension that never quite got resolved. These kinds of stressors may not be loud, but they sit in the background like static, always there, always pulling energy from you. Even changes in identity can lead to emotional exhaustion. Think about it. For decades, you might have been the provider, the parent, the worker, the one others leaned on. And now, retirement, empty nests, and physical limitations may have shifted those roles. That shift, while natural, can feel like a quiet crisis. Who am I now? What am I for? These questions don't just weigh on your mind. They take a toll on your body too. Then there's the isolation that comes from not sharing these feelings. Many older adults grew up in times when emotions were meant to be kept private, especially for men. So instead of saying, I feel lost or I'm lonely, they just say, I'm tired. But underneath that tiredness might be sadness, confusion, or even fear. There's no shame in that. In fact, it's one of the most human experiences there is. But what's important is recognizing that emotional fatigue is real and that it deserves the same care and attention as physical fatigue. Talking to someone, even just one trusted person, can help lift that weight. So can journaling, spiritual reflection, or simply spending time with people who make you feel seen. Even volunteering or helping someone else, no matter how small, can renew a sense of purpose that quietly restores energy. If you've been feeling tired and nothing physical explains it, take a look inside. It might not be your body that's exhausted. It might be your heart. And giving yourself permission to feel, speak, and heal might be one of the most energizing things you can do at this stage in life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 7, poor eating habits that zap vitality. As we age, our relationship with food changes, sometimes without us even realizing it. Appetite might decrease, taste buds may dull, digestive discomforts become more common. And little by little, our meals become less about nourishment and more about routine or convenience. But here's the catch. Poor eating habits are one of the most common and underestimated reasons older adults feel tired all the time. Many older people unintentionally skip meals. Maybe breakfast feels unnecessary. Maybe cooking for one just doesn't feel worth it. Or maybe there's less structure to the day, so meal times become inconsistent. Whatever the reason, the result is the same. Your body's running without steady fuel. And when your fuel tank is empty, your energy crashes. Some turn to quick fixes, white bread, pastries, overly salty snacks, sugary drinks, foods that are easy to grab and taste good in the moment, but offer little lasting energy. These processed foods spike your blood sugar, then cause it to drop, leading to that familiar wave of tiredness not long after eating. It becomes a cycle: eat, crash, crave, repeat. Another common habit is eating too little protein. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, and protein becomes even more important to preserve strength and stability. Without enough of it, not only do you feel physically weaker, but your body struggles to repair itself and regulate energy. Meals that are too carb-heavy and protein-light might fill your stomach, but leave your energy flat. Hydration and food often go hand in hand too. Older adults who drink less water are more likely to also eat dry, fiber-poor meals that slow digestion and make the body work harder to break down nutrients. This added strain on the digestive system can quietly drain your energy reserves. Let's not forget about timing. Some seniors eat their largest meal late in the day, which can interfere with sleep and digestion. Others graze all day but never have a substantial, balanced meal that provides the nutrients they truly need. Your body thrives on rhythm, and when your eating schedule is all over the place, it can affect everything from blood sugar to mood to sleep quality. All of this means one thing: food isn't just about calories, it's about how your body generates energy. And small shifts in what, when, and how you eat can have a big effect on how you feel each day. So what can you do? Start simple. Aim for consistent meals with a balance of protein, healthy fats, and whole foods like fruits and vegetables. Limit processed snacks that give you a quick lift but no staying power. And don't be afraid to eat with intention, even if it's just for yourself. You're worth that care. If you find yourself reaching for the same convenient foods, try prepping something new in advance. If eating alone feels joyless, consider sharing a meal with a neighbor or joining a lunch group. Sometimes the act of sharing food is as energizing as the food itself. Food is fuel, but only if you're giving your body what it truly needs. So if you've been tired more than usual, don't overlook your plate. What's missing there might be the key to getting your energy back. Number 8, medication side effects that sneak up on you. By the time you reach your 60s, 70s, or 80s, chances are you're taking at least 1 or 2 medications, maybe even more. And while those prescriptions are often essential for managing blood pressure, cholesterol, pain, or other conditions, what many people don't realize is that some of the most common medications prescribed to older adults have fatigue as a side effect. And this kind of tiredness doesn't feel like ordinary sleepiness. It's more like a slow, quiet drain that creeps in and stays. Let's start with blood pressure medications. While they do a good job of protecting your heart, certain types, like beta blockers, can also lower your heart rate and blood flow to the point where you feel sluggish or even faint. If you've ever felt like your body just doesn't have the same get up and go, this could be part of the reason. Then there are medications for anxiety or sleep, such as benzodiazepines. These might help you calm down or fall asleep, but they often linger in the body longer than expected, especially as your metabolism slows with age. The result? A foggy, low-energy feeling that can last all day, even if you only take them at night. Antidepressants can also affect your energy. While they may lift your mood, some types can blunt your alertness, making it harder to concentrate or feel fully awake. And if the dosage isn't quite right, the effects may tip too far towards sedation, and especially in older adults. Pain medications are another big one, particularly opioids or certain anti-inflammatories. These can dull pain, yes, but they can also dull your nervous system. You might not notice how much they're slowing you down until you try to do something simple, like standing up too fast, keeping up a conversation, or walking around the block, and realize your energy's just not there. Even common allergy medications, over-the-counter sleep aids, or medications for acid reflux can cause drowsiness. These are often the last ones people think to blame, but they add up, especially if you're taking several things at once. This all becomes more complex when you're on multiple medications. Some drugs interact in ways that amplify fatigue, especially if your dosages haven't been reviewed in a while. Your doctor may have prescribed them years ago when your body handled things differently. But as you age, your liver and kidneys don't process medications as quickly. That means more of the drug stays in your system, sometimes leading to side effects you didn't have before. So what can you do? First, keep track of how you feel after taking your medications. Not just right away, but throughout the day. Do you feel slower an hour after your morning pills? Do you get unusually tired in the afternoon or foggy in the evening? These clues can help your doctor or pharmacist spot a possible issue. Second, never stop taking anything suddenly, but do bring it up with your healthcare provider. A medication review, sometimes called a brown bag review, is a great place to start. You literally bring all your medications, even over-the-counter ones, and go through them one by one. You'd be surprised how often something small turns out to be the missing piece in the fatigue puzzle. You deserve to feel alert, engaged, and present. And while medications can be life-saving, they shouldn't steal your energy in the process. So if you've been feeling tired and can't figure out why, take a closer look at your medicine cabinet. There might be an answer hiding in plain sight. Final thoughts. Irwa Surinam, the Sirinachurum. If you've made it to this point in the video, take a quiet moment to check in with yourself. Which of these 8 reasons felt familiar? Which ones made you stop and think? That might be me. Fatigue in our later years isn't always simple, and it's certainly not always your fault. It's not just about getting older, it's about what's changing beneath the surface. Sometimes it's your body asking for more movement, or your heart asking for more peace. Sometimes it's your food, your water, or the little white pill you take every morning that's quietly pulling your energy away. But here's the good news. Awareness is the first step. When you understand the reasons behind your fatigue, you begin to regain control. You're no longer left wondering if it's just part of aging. You're now equipped with insight, and with that insight, you can start taking small steps to feel better, think clearer, and live with more ease. You don't need to tackle all 8 reasons at once. Even choosing just one, like drinking more water, moving your body a little each day, or speaking to your doctor about your medications, can create a ripple effect that lifts your entire day. So let me ask you, what stood out to you the most? Was there one reason that hit close to home? One that felt like a missing puzzle piece in your own journey? Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.